Hi, welcome to Brady's Blunders, where I show you the mistakes in my games, hoping you don't make the same ones in yours. And today's is a double blunder video, and shouldn't take very long. Alright, so this is a relatively recent game that I played on KGS, and I'm playing white, and you can see that it's a moyo game, and I've invested a whole lot of stones building walls instead of making territory, and I've actually even pretty much given up this stone up here. So I've been doing a lot of giving and very little taking. And black went ahead and played here, challenging my moyo. And I spent a little bit of time considering where to play. And I considered playing here because it would be really, really big, right? But then I considered a sort of a continuation that looks something like this, and did a little bit of mental counting and figured that this is probably about 60 points for white. So yeah, it's big. But the problem is, throw a black stone in, something like here, and it looks to me that black's upper right is even bigger. So even though my moyo looked really good and secure, it looked like black's potential was even bigger, and I actually didn't have a place where I could make all that many more points. So it didn't seem all that attractive. And then I applied a second concept called sector lines and looked at that. And that is when you look at how far my moyo goes, it goes from here to here. And if you draw a line between them, it goes something like this. And when we think about where to invade moyos, we think if it's enough to win the game that you play on the sector line or just outside the sector line, and that's relatively safe. But if it's not enough to win the game, then okay, you have to go ahead and take the risk of jumping in. And in effect, that's what black did. Black jumped inside my sector line, and he was willing to take the risk. Well, if he's willing to take the risk, then I have to make it risky, and I had to go ahead and attack. And the idea is this: I can't really expect to kill this black stone and the friends that he'll add, but I can expect to attack it and make profit while attacking. But also, I just showed you a variation where he had stones here and he was building a moyo. If I can get stones on the outside, I'm going to disrupt his potential moyo as well. So though I'll lose some points in my moyo, hopefully he loses more in his. That's the thinking. All right, black answered this way, and I pulled back like this, and then black played here. And this is where I made my first blunder. So if you were white, where would you play now? Don't be Brady, but I'll wait here if you want to think about it. Go ahead and pause. Okay, I decided, well, the first step in attacking him is to make him heavy, and I played here. And my expectation was that black would go ahead and answer my peep, and then I would play here. And again, I'm not going to expect to kill this black group, but by making it heavy, and by heavy I mean now it's all one group, I hope to be able to harass it and gain profit. The only problem was optimistic reading. When I played this peep, I was thinking, yeah, he's going to answer. And I didn't really look at alternatives. And of course, he didn't need to answer like that. And instead, he could threaten to push through this way. Well, of course, I have to answer that. And I did. And then he could play here. So he's connected with better shape. He's got a bamboo joint. And the problem for me is this stone is pretty much connected with this. But even if I can find a way to split it, it can run in this direction as well. So basically black is already safe, and there's not much I can do. So what should I have played instead of the peep? I should have just played the move I wanted to play anyway. Remember, I wanted to peep, him connect, and then I was going to play this. This move was perfectly good, but I lost the opportunity to play it because of the peep. That was a bad move. All right, let's go forward a few moves. And as I mentioned, I can go ahead and lean on this group over here. It was actually ill-advised, but I got away with it. But you can see, as I said, black was able to push through. But now I decided to go ahead and try to, if not revive this white stone, make some use of it. And I did that with this attachment here. Black played underneath this way, threatening to connect, and I embraced that idea. I said, yeah, you can go ahead and connect. And he continued to connect. And with this move, I threatened to wedge in between and make a double peep. So he went ahead and ate that one stone. And I was actually pretty happy with this result. Black's gotten quite a lot of points on the right-hand side, but it's all third line, and I'm all controlling the outside. So now the question is, with white's next move, where would you play? Go ahead and pause if you like. Okay, I didn't choose wisely, and I've spent a fair amount of time trying to figure out exactly why it wasn't good. So what I did is I went ahead and invaded in the upper left corner up here. And this, it's a reasonable play. I actually can invade the corner and live and take away the corner, so this is pretty good for points. The downside is I can't really threaten these two black stones because they're near a thick group over here, and I'll probably end up hurting this stone. So strategically, all I've done is hurt myself locally, but I've gained points. So is there another move I can do that gains points and perhaps helps me strategically? And the answer to that is yeah, definitely. Because if black follows up around here, now you can see that these four white stones are actually not safe, right? They probably want an extension to get a base. So instead of playing in that corner, I could have just continued locally. And if I play here, now I've gained a similar amount of points in the upper right-hand corner that I did in the upper left. But more importantly, I've gained strategic safety for all of these stones. Now I have no weak stones on the board, and the game is looking pretty good, and the upper left corner is still open. So again, playing here is better than playing here for one clear reason. They're both good for points, but this move helps my weak group, leaving me strong everywhere on the board. And this group doesn't help any of my stones. It actually weakens this one and allows black to put pressure on this group later. So, yeah, that's this video. The takeaways, think about your opponent's plays. When you think you're playing a forcing move, this was a really bad peep. And don't just think about points, think about the security of your stones at the same time. Either corner invasion is big, but this is strategically big as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.